up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Big Brother Season 24, Episode 12. So listen, we are at the nominations. Where we left off, we had Monty is head of household, and his nominations are Alyssa and Indy. Remember, we're still doing the festy bestie thing, where if you nominate one, automatically the other one is up on the block. If you're HOH, the people that you're festy bestie with are automatically safe. So Monty is safe, Terrence is safe, and Joseph is safe. But Monty and Joseph, I believe, still get to vote. Do they still get to vote? I think they still get to vote. But Monty can't vote. We know Monty can't vote unless there's a tie, which it might be a tie this week. Moving on. So, of course, Alyssa is upset, but Indy is a brat, and Indy's upset because how dare anybody put her on the block? Like, oh my goodness, I am Indy. Why? I don't like Indy, y'all. She's got this air about her, like last week when she threw a fit when she became a have-not. Girl, did you think you was going to go the whole season of Big Brother and not be a have-not? I mean, I'm sure maybe once or twice that has happened, but baby, that is the exception and not the rule, okay? Let it go. Everybody going to get their turn with the slop. Y'all at least have the advantage this year that y'all have a chef in there who has figured out ways to try to make slop more bearable. They posted a video down to the Big Brother, official Big Brother Instagram of her creating these meals out of the slop. Because they finally told us what's in the slop. And if you go back to that Instagram and you look at the video, they tell us what's in the slop. It's like soy, whey, protein, all the kind of stuff that you need to make sure that you're still getting the nutrients in your body, but it's not real food. So she judged it up. Y'all go look at it. And then I think they made a soup out of it and all kinds of stuff. So like, girl, sit down. So of course she was upset that she was put on the block because I feel like her and Monty might have been flirting a little something. So maybe she thought it was deeper than what it was. Now, Taylor is just happy it ain't her because she said, listen, I have paid my dues. I have been the pawn. I have been the target. I have been on that block 3 times. We only been here for 5 weeks. And so at this point, I'd have been backdoored, okay? Like, well, not backdoored successfully, but y'all know what I'm saying. So at this point, I ain't even trying to be there. Now, I told y'all from the beginning, this whole Leftovers alliance, y'all don't hold your breath. Don't get comfortable. They came together for a temporary reason, and that was to flip the house because they finally realized, I still think it was production, but that's my business. That's my 2 cents, that I think production put a bird in Joseph's ear and said, you need to go out there because things ain't looking good on the outside. Ain't nobody really feeling this season. The world is against y'all because of the whole Taylor situation. I'm going to put this little and you go out there and you get it together. But that's my opinion. Moving on. But even if it legit was that Joseph had this epiphany that, oh my goodness, why is everybody picking on Taylor? And we need to bring Taylor into our bosom and we need to stand up against the bullies. Even if he legit came up with that on his own, which he's smart enough to do, y'all. I just don't think it happened that way. This alliance, see, I lost my train of thought. This alliance only came together for that temporary reason. So we're starting to see the cracks in the alliance already. Taylor, Michael, and Melissa are creating a final 3. So they're doing, which, listen, all alliances have to crumble, especially the bigger ones. I've been telling y'all that. And Michael said, listen, I know how this game works. So you can tell the super fans. Michael is a super fan. Michael said, listen, I know how this thing works. You have your alliances, but you always have to have your alliance within the alliance because at the end of the day, it ain't going to be with 3 of us that going to come down to the final 3 and then a final 2 and then a winner. So I already know that all 7 of us ain't going to make it, okay? And after about another week of this, we're going to start having to eat our own. And so now I need to insulate myself with some people that I really, really trust because this alliance is cool, but I don't really know these dudes like that. But now I'm going to need to give it some people I really, really trust. So that's Michael, Melissa, and Taylor. Because Michael is one of the few people, and I don't look at all the live feeds, y'all, but Michael is one of the few people that really had not flipped on Brittany like that. I mean, on Taylor like that, from where I could tell. Y'all don't eat me up in the comments and say, nah, because Michael said that she did it. From where I could tell. But they kind of had been working together, right? So with that being said, they decide they want to have a final 3. Now, what they also realize is that Michael and Melissa are the only festy besties that are not insulated with someone who's outside of their alliance. Michael and Melissa are in the same alliance. Everybody else, if they get put up on the block, there's somebody beside them that's not a part of the alliance that can easily be voted out, except for them. So, about an off chance that next week, Jasmine, Daniel, if they are successful with this backdoor situation on Nicole, Jasmine, Daniel, Indy, or maybe even Alyssa, we'll get to that in a minute. If they become HOH, Michael and Melissa are wide open targets, which means one of them goes home if they don't get the POV situation. So they said, you know what? Right now, our best bet is to let the nominations stay the same. Let us send Indy home. Let us send Alyssa home. And then Indy, if we can convince Indy to join our alliance. Now, let me say this. Join our festy bestie. Now, let me say this. They bring Kyle in because they know Kyle and Alyssa are cool. So they bring Kyle in about leaving the nominations the same. Of course, Tyler wants to leave the nominations. Taylor, because she don't want to be backdoored. Even though she knows that their target is Nicole and they have the numbers, she ain't stupid. And she know that it's Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. So they bring Kyle in. Now, Kyle ain't feeling that. Kyle wants to save Alyssa because that's his little showman. And he said, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because I really want to save Alyssa if I can. But I don't want to piss off my alliance that we literally just got going. And they're actually in power right now and they have the numbers. Here is the thing. I understand where y'all are coming from, Michael and Melissa. That's a smart thought. But there are a lot of ifs in that plan because here's the reality of the situation. Indy ain't joining y'all. Indy is not going to join y'all. If y'all send Alyssa home, why would she align herself with Michael and Melissa over Daniel and Nicole and Tyler? Taylor. Because in their minds, Taylor is still a target. Ding, ding, ding. Why wouldn't she put herself with Taylor, who she thinks is the target? So I know if I go up on the block, I ain't going home. Why would she choose y'all over Jasmine and whoever the hell Jasmine is teamed up with? Because Jasmine is her girl. Why would she choose y'all over Daniel and Kyle? It doesn't make sense. It was a smart thought. But y'all would have been her third choice. Y'all would have had to come up with something really big. And if I were Kyle, what I would have said to Kyle was, what I would have said to them was, if y'all can get Indy or Alyssa, because you don't want Alyssa to be tipped off that she's the target. If y'all can get Indy or Alyssa to agree to join y'all if one of them gets voted off, then I'm down. But if y'all can't get her to agree, and even if she agreed, we know she lying, but neither here nor there. So it comes down to the veto, and of course Daniel is like, I gotta play to save my friend. Because I know here's the thing. Sometimes you can overthink in this game. And in this case, Daniel overthought. And I'm going to tell you why. Daniel was dead set against using the POV. He was like, I'm not using it. I know they're after you. After what happened to Amira, all bets are off. We know that there's some people here that's playing double agents because the numbers don't add up. If the people who didn't vote really didn't vote to send Amira home, Amira wouldn't be home. So there's some things going on here. And until we figure out what's really going on, the safest thing to do is for us to keep each other safe. So if you win the POV or I win the POV, we are keeping nominations the same. Sorry, Indy. Sorry, Alyssa. But I got to protect my final two. But what ended up happening was Daniel messes around and went. I'm not going to draw out the POV. Daniel and Kyle won the POV. Okay. I ain't drawing that shit out. It was the POV. They had the psychedelic thing. They had to remember. Their partner had to tell them. And then they had to ask questions. And Kyle and Daniel won. Monty goes to Daniel. And he's playing the old Jedi mind trick reverse psychology on him. He says, listen. And he really didn't mean to do it. He was really being real serious. He wasn't trying. He didn't want that. He didn't want them to use the power of veto. He wanted to keep nominations the same. He goes to them and tells them to keep nominations the same. And Daniel says, I don't trust Monty. He's a liar. I know he's up to something. He doesn't want me to use the veto, so I'm going to use the veto because we have the numbers. Sir? What? Regardless of what Monty's reasoning is for him wanting you to use the veto, what possible advantage is it to you in your game to use the veto? Even if you think you have the numbers, which you probably don't, what advantage, if you know that there are double agents and you know that people are playing both sides of this coin, what advantage is it to you at this moment right now to use that power veto? Because you know that there are only 2 teams that can go up to replace you. Well, 3. It's either going to be Nicole and Taylor, Jasmine and her partner, I think it's Turner, and Turner, and Melissa and Michael. You already know that Taylor is the quote-unquote target, which means that you're putting your bestie up on the block, and the last 2 people that went home were blindsided. Why would you do that? There is no advantage to you using your power veto. None. Now, Kyle wants to use the power veto because he wants to save Alyssa and also save face with his alliance. So it's a win-win for him. This fool uses the power of veto. So what does Monty do? He puts Taylor and Nicole up. Now, Monty didn't want to put Taylor and Nicole up because he really is trying to let Taylor know you are not a pawn. You are really a big part of this alliance. We really, you're equal parts. We know you've paid your dues. But I'm sorry. Nicole got to go. And Taylor, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to eat it, boo. You're going to have to eat it. So at the end, Taylor's crying because she's upset because she's like, how did we get here? I thought I was clear. They really clearly don't like me like I thought they did. Melissa and Michael are upset because they were like, I thought we had agreed that we weren't using the veto. What the hell happened? And Daniel and Nicole think that they got the numbers to get rid of Taylor. Y'all, this episode tonight is going to be very interesting because, until it's a done deal, I don't believe nothing. Yes, they keep saying they got the numbers for Nicole, but see, Kyle is going to be the issue because Kyle is his allegiance is really with Alyssa because they got this budding showmance. They've been kissing and all kinds of other stuff. Y'all know how this goes with the showmances. So if Nicole does go home this week, of course, Daniel is going to be devastated. And it will be very interesting who wins who wins HOH. Because, y'all, we got a game. Like, I was ready to give up on this season, but baby, we got a game. Okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think. I did not mean to talk this long. Y'all know my recaps ain't never been this long, but baby, it's a lot going on. And I'm still probably missing something, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Oh, and word on the curb on the live feeds is that Joseph and Taylor have been flirting. I approve. Now, I don't know if Joseph's parents gonna approve, but I approve. Talk to y'all later. Peace.